So I am in Radford, Virginia. My friend Brittany, right there, and Tennille brought me out here. We're staying at St. Albans Sanatorium for the weekend. And this is a monument to Mary Draper Ingles. She was born at Philadelphia, 1732, died at Ingles Ferry, Virginia, 1815. The first white bride married west of the Allegheny Mountains, captured by the Indians, 1755 at Draper's Meadow, now Blacksburg, Virginia, and carried to Ohio. Escaping from her captors, she made her way home in winter, alone, some 800 miles through a trackless wilderness, guided only by the streams, and subsisting on nuts and roots for 40 days. No greater exhibition of female heroism, courage, and endurance are recorded in the annals of frontier history. To commemorate her noble character and wonderful heroism, this monument is erected of the stones from the chimney of the cabin in which she lived and died after her return from captivity by her descendants. Mary Draper Ingles. Virginia history can lay claim to one of the most dramatic and inspirational captivity stories of all time, that of Mary Draper Ingles' escape from the Shawnee in the autumn of 1755 in her long walk through the wilderness. The events of the Drapers Meadows attack and the Mary ordeal had become legendary, establishing her as Virginia's most premier heroine. Most of the information we have today about the events that summer day in 1755 come from two 19th century accounts based on oral history passed down from the Preston and the Ingles families. In the 1830s, John Ingles, son of William and Mary Ingles, wrote a history of the family based on his parents' account that he heard himself. Also in 1843, Letitia Floyd, daughter of William and Susanna Preston, wrote an account of the stories she had heard as a child. The thing is, these two family histories differ substantially when it comes to content and style, yet they have both been generally regarded as authentic and reliable sources of information. However, we may find it necessary to question their reliability and wonder if we can ever know what really happened. Although it is certain that James Patton was killed on the day of the attack, there is disagreement about some of the circumstances surrounding his death. And according to some reports, 8 people died, but we have no names for 4 of them. The Mary Draper Ingles story of her captivity and escape from an Indian village and her long walk home through the wilderness has been based largely on these two family histories, although historians generally agree that she was captured and she did survive a long walk home. Most of the other details of her story are in dispute. The cause of much of this confusion can be traced back to the two stories. That being said, what we do know is that 5 people died in the Draper Meadows massacre. They were buried in a mass grave. It is something that Virginia has very widely embraced. There is monuments of her around, something that they very much hold on to as part of their very rich history. Something did happen, that we do know, and Mary is a survivor. So I just wanted to come out while we're in the area. It's a very in-depth story. If anyone ever wants to read about it, just Google, either Mary Draper Ingles or the Drapers Meadow Massacre, and you can read it for yourself. So we're at the Westview Cemetery in Radford. In memory of First Lieutenant John Thomas Ingles, missing in action over Germany, October 9th, 1943, a tall, blue-eyed boy with a strong, lovable personality, an Eagle Scout company captain, John Marshall High School cadet student, Cornell University, pilot of a flying fortress,
Air medal with oak leaf cluster, a gallant soldier and gentleman. So these seem to all be Ingles here. There's a lot of Ingles. Laura Ingles, Mary Ingles. Kind of remind you of my friends over there. It's a very pretty cemetery. Amanda McFarland died February 1913. W.H. McFarland died June 1911. Oscar Weigel, 1850 to 1916. Locomotive engineer. Sarah Buchanan, wife of W.A. McNeil, 1846-1909, mother. A lot of young people here. Emily Ramsey, 1839-1921. So I'm pretty sure Mary Ingles' husband is buried here, but there's a lot of Ingles. Maybe this is him over here. I'm sorry about the wind, guys. I can't really do anything. I do have a windsock, but I didn't think I'd need it, so I didn't bring it. Wow, there's so many Ingles. God is our refuge and our strength. Thomas Ingles, born 1810, 1852. Catherine McGlanahan, wife of Thomas, 1817, 1887. Beloved. These are all Ingles.